Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, December 22nd? Second? Third? Second? Tomorrow's, no.
Third?
Yeah.
Is it the third?
It is the third. Anyway, whatever day it is.
Third.
Another square body. Another day, another square body. Actually two, and I've been over here this morning. Christian was trying to do a live and do some other things and do all our Monday stuff. But because it's a short week and we got Christmas, we want to try to get as much stuff filmed as possible, knowing we weren't going to get much more done with this one or much more done with that one. But I did get underneath there, had my flashlight, went underneath of them like typically I do, just to get a good idea. Of course, when we get them on the rack, that's when we get the best idea, when Daniel and Brian have their hands on them full-fledged. But I can tell you, this one, and actually I'll take the camera and slide under there with the flashlight so you guys can see. That's a nice build. 900 miles since it was built. And Christian actually got to see it before me, and you know, just did a couple little normal check-in things, but get this out of the way before one of us falls on it. Short bed, regular cab, half-ton, with an extremely well-done interior. Let me hit the key there. Check that out. Really nice set of the glow light type gauges. What brand is this? 954 miles, glow shift. It's cold, guys. It is 30 degrees currently in this building. It's very cold. And that's a carburetor that runs that good, not fuel injection. Now, I know the videos don't sound as good as what they sound like in real life, but this truck sounds good. It's not crazy obnoxious. Very well finished under the hood. Air condition is still all intact. I'll be happy to try the air condition once it's above freezing, but currently it's not. Serpentine belt system, small block center bolt valve cover, so it's the newer style small block. Nice set of thick flanged headers. Everything under here is really nice and cleanly done. Firewall's been painted. Fender wells have been painted. Did a good job on this truck. I think it's 86. Did you check it in, Christian?
I didn't check.
I think it's an 86. 5.7, so might be an 87. We'll put that in the comments. Got an Edelbrock AV2, which is a pretty basic style carburetor, but very good for idling. And as you could just hear, I mean, that was straight hit the key. We did fire it up just to see what it sounded like prior, but we didn't warm it up. That's a cold start. But you can see they took this whole truck apart. Everything in the background's been painted. Did a nice job with new condenser, new radiator. So when you look through there, it looks good. And underneath, like I said, I was just rolling under, kind of checking things out. Looks pretty standard, but clean. So they did disassemble it. Now, they didn't lacquer paint the frame. I would assume the truck came up off the frame because of the detail work. But you can see they even painted the cream color on the hubs. Matches here. This burnt orange is about the same color combination we're going with the truck we're redoing, the 4-door, the custom build we're doing, frame off. But this is also the same color scheme as that one that was so viral with the LS in it. Remember that one? That we put air conditioned, did everything. That went down to Carolina. They also wrapped the two-tone, very similar to the way it should be done from the factory, but that is not pinstripe, that's paint. So all that was actually laid into the paint scheme, and it's slick. I don't know if it's ceramic coated or what. Now, I know normally at this stage of things I don't put a price, but it's the holidays. We're going to get very far behind very fast. We always do this time of the year, this year more than ever, because we have so many trucks we have not brought you guys yet. This truck's going to be somewhere in the 45 price range, pending what finishing touches we do. Now, it's going to go to the shop. Daniel and Brian are going to touch it, feel it, fix bolts, lines, fittings, whatever it needs, clean things up, tighten, torque, grease. Also, we will probably do a tire and wheel change. We will probably remove the roll bar. That being said, those are not things that we have to do. So that price point can vary up or down. Of course, on a set of boggers, you know, the black truck look or any of these other looks would be killer on there. We know that, but that's not a necessity. Good looking truck the way it is. Side steps. Again, interior. For an aftermarket style interior, just the nice door panels, the little things they've done. Christian was an interior guy, so he could really appreciate it. He's kind of beside himself on this. The way they did the back package tray, the way they painted everything in through the door jambs, the headliner's nice, LED lights already in it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to get Daniel to research that LED light. That's a like 3 bulb or 6 bulb type light. That's pretty neat. The dash is nice and intact. Glove box doesn't fall down. Pretty cool setup. Twin stick also, just noticed that. I'm pretty sure the guy did tell me that, but just different ways you can lock and unlock the transfer case. It's pretty cool setup. Matter of fact, if you really set it up a really trick way that most people probably don't know that you can do, and I'd ask Daniel or Brian on one of these because they're more up to date on 203, 205, 208, and which one does that. But you can actually make it for like rock climbing situation where you can disengage the rear axle and engage the front axle so that you're just pulling off the front end. That's pretty cool. You got to take a clip off or change something. But multi-positions to that because a lot of these trucks had a low and then a low lock, neutral, high, and a high lock. So that means lock would be your four-wheel drive. But you could also go to low and still be in two-wheel drive, which was really cool if you were like in a parking lot and wanted to show off and spin on a big tire. Because back in the day, we would do that because we didn't change the gears because we couldn't afford it. So you got low range, made it a whole lot more impressive for doing a low-speed burnout. So little trick. But you could also do a front wheel burnout if you really trusted your drive shaft. But that's kind of a unique deal. It's got a spray-in bed liner. It's done okay. It is color matched, and then they did black in the floor. So my thing would be to probably take the roll bar out and put a matte in the floor. I think it would look good. The tailgate's all done. This is also all paint. That feels a little raised right here, so I think they actually they laid a sticker down and then peeled it off and cleared it. So they did a really cool job on that too. And then here, just little touches like that are a big deal. You don't see painters that ever take the time to do that. Again, all paint. That is not hand-laid pinstripe. That is actually painted on. They probably did the same thing. They probably peeled it off afterwards, but you cannot hardly feel a line there. Tailgate actually opens and closes well. Nice hardware. The bump stops are actually here, which keep it from rattling. If you guys have a square body and your tailgate rattles, chances are you're missing those things that are always not there. Blazer bumper on the back. 35s, I'm gonna say it's probably 6 inches of lift. It's sitting over the, well, that's why it looks like that. They're 33s. So it's sitting over top 33s with ease. So that's either a 4 or a 6. Let me take the camera there and go underneath. All right, let's see how well we can make this happen. All right, you can see the floor pans are in great shape. The transmission's very clean. Headers are nice. Transfer case appears to have been pulled apart and rebuilt. Drive shafts were painted, 6-lug axles, color match on the shocks. Of course, Christian said we need to put Fox shocks because he loves Fox shocks on everything. Floor pans are excellent, and I'll try to do this more often on these videos as Christian's untying my shoes currently. We got a bunch of jokesters around here. But you can see this is a really solid truck. And again, the underside is the part that is the most critical to us, looking at things, making sure that it's just not all blotched up. You can see they did a couple shims on the top of the 1-inch body lift on here. That's also what's making the suspension a little bit taller. Again, we're looking at this truck for the first time, guys. Even though I got a lot of pictures sent to me per purchase, still looking at it for the first time. As far as not having it on the rack or anything like that, just me sliding under it. Bed rails are in good shape, actually in very good shape. And they did a nice job on the exhaust, at least it's all uniform. So this is a cool half-ton. Good solid truck. Again, it's had its paint work. It's had a little bit of work here and there, but it doesn't have a bunch of street signs turned upside down for floor pans. Appears that it was actually a really solid truck. dirt right there, but good job, Christian. And then the crew cab. Oh, there's Kristen. He likes being in the videos. The crew cab, like all of them, needs a ton of power windows and locks and regulators and other things. Slid underneath this one, the bottom rocker here, before somebody comments that I don't zoom in. So this has got some rock guard that's chipped off in these areas. Over time, that does need to be resprayed. That truck's about 3 inches of lift, 35s, 17-inch wheels, 76. 76. This is an 87. Okay, that's why the sticker says 350. So that makes sense. And they did a great job on that. I don't know if they reproduced that or if they just taped it that tight, but they actually did a really good job there. But this crew cab's going to be a really, really, really cool truck, but tons of interior, windows, locks, maintenance type items. Daniel's been under it as well. He put it up on the rack real quick like to give it a viewing. It's pretty decent overall truck. It's, again, had body and paint work like most all of them, but doesn't look like it was a rust bucket. Frame looks good. We've got to do exhaust on this truck as well as finish up all the interior items. This one won't be far from being ready for those that saw it in the background and have already asked, but I do have to wait and get some receipts together before I can price that one. We'll do a video on this one in just a few minutes. Another one that has just arrived, and we've kind of got a goal and game plan for it currently. We'll give you guys an update on this one very shortly. So for now, that one, we'll go photo it, put it online, get it through the shop. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, and we'll update you as soon as we know more. Thank you, Christian.